people talk about spirits and souls, but I don't think they really thought this through, because if you think that you're conscious, what the sense of I or me, that the identity is your soul, which I'm assuming that's what people think, then brain damage shouldn't have any effect on your personality. Your personality would be built into your soul. And yet we can see clearly that people who suffer brain damage suffer personality disorders. And also, if your soul contained your memory, then people with brain damage wouldn't suffer memory loss, because, what is you, if it was this extra physical thing, would be above brain damage. When I was a kid, I used to think that the soul was where the thinking happened and where the memory happened, and that the brain was really just an incredibly detailed or incredibly fine level of control as a control surface for the body, like a 747. All the different controls in a 747. My idea was that that's what the brain was for the body, and so the soul used the brain to control the body. But that doesn't even make sense, because we know thinking takes place in the brain. As I said earlier, we've modeled thought processes with the neural networks, and we've modeled memory. So we've modeled all these things already with computers and neural nets. Not only is there no need for a soul, but it doesn't even make sense. People talk about out-of-body travel and being able to see things. Vision is a purely physical thing. There's electromagnetic radiation all around us, and your eyes capture some of this and convert it into neural impulses, which then go into the brain. Your soul doesn't have eyes, so how can it see anything? What is receiving the electromagnetic radiation? And if something was receiving electromagnetic radiation, then we would see dark spots floating around, because there would be areas where that radiation should be, but it wasn't, because somebody's ghostly eyes had captured it. That doesn't make any sense, right? So how would spirit eyes work if they can't actually capture the radiation to convert it into what? Spirit energy? None of this makes any sense if you really think about it. So, yeah. When you think about it, spirits and souls just make no sense. And that even free will doesn't make any sense. We are just operating on a very complex series of calculations. And I know some people will say, well, if there's no free will, then you shouldn't punish people. But that's not true, because although we are operating on a complex series of calculations and chemical reactions, and we're based on our past experience, if somebody behaves in a way that we don't like, socially unacceptable, they're breaking laws, then we put them in jail to alter that programming, right? To give them some more programming that says this kind of behavior is not good. So we are tweaking people's programming by putting them in jail. So we use the carrot and the stick. We reward people when they do good, and we punish them when they do bad to affect their programming so that we can all work together better. So although on the one hand, people aren't quote-unquote responsible for their own actions in the sense that we would consider responsibility in the more philosophical sense, from a purely mechanical and social interaction sense, people are responsible, and we need to treat them as though they're responsible. And we punish them to add to the programming so that they will not do those things again. Thanks.